Hello students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Mechatronics. I'm Rahil Shahzad, your maths teacher. Okay, we're going to start IGCSE and O levels mathematics topic coordinate geometry. There was a mathematician named Descartes who basically gave this idea and of coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis. So what he did was basically this was just his x-axis origin 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he took two number lines and he put it both perpendicular. So one was horizontal and one was vertical. Horizontal, he named it as x-axis or horizontal axis. So this was named as x-axis. From 0 to right, we say positive x-axis. Here it's negative x-axis, and this was known as y-axis. So this is your y-axis, positive and negative. And now, since this is the best example of two dimension, x-axis and y-axis, so this makes a plane. So this was known as, after the name of Descartes, its name was given as Cartesian plane. So Cartesian plane. We also know this thing as xy plane in simple words. So this is xy plane, and this is the best example of two dimension. Okay. Now, first thing we should know here is plotting the points on this xy plane. So, for example, I have different points. Let's this be point A, this is point B, this is maybe point C, this be point D, and here we have another point E. So we need to find out xy coordinate or Cartesian coordinates. Okay, so coordinates are the points that are composed of with respect to x-axis and y-axis. Okay, x-axis and this is your y-axis. So for example, what are coordinates of point A? So you see it's 2 and this is 2. So we say coordinates of point A are 2 and 2. Remember, we always write it in this form. These are Cartesian coordinates and it is written in this form xy. So first is representing x coordinate and second one is representing y coordinate, x-axis and y-axis. It's also called abscissa ordinate, but generally we talk about these points as x-axis and y-axis, x coordinate and y coordinate. Similarly, if you see point B, this is 4 on x-axis and 1 on y, so this point is 4, 1. C is minus 2 and 1, minus 2 and 1, and point D is minus 3, x is minus 3 and y is also minus 3, and point E is your 4 and minus 2. So we write 4 and minus 2. So this is 4 and minus 2. So first of all, you should know how to locate coordinate on x-axis and y-axis. So first you have to look into this thing, that what is its x coordinate and then what is it y coordinate, right? Second thing, what we need to know in coordinate geometry is distance between two points. So, for example, this is again your x and y axis. So, this is your x axis and this is your y axis. Okay. We need to find distance between these two points. This is point A, this is point B. So, distance between point A and point B. So, point A is x1 and y1, second point is having coordinates x2 and y2. So, we are looking at the distance between these two points. So, we simply apply application of Pythagoras theorem. If you see here, so this is basically x2 minus x1 and this is basically y2 minus y1, right? So x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the distance formula that we'll be using. X2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. For example, let's find distance between these two points. So my this point is x1 and y1, this point is x2 and y2. So distance between two points is equal to, that is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is 12 minus 8 whole square. So that is equal to 4 square plus 4 square under the root. which is equal to 16 plus 16 under root, that is equal to 32 under root. So you can write it as 4 under root 2. Okay, because 32 can be written as 16 into 2, and square root of 16 into 2 would be 4 root 2. That is your final answer here. Okay, then similarly, if I am asked to find out distance between 2 points, okay, now I want you to hold down or to stop the video and find distance between these 2 points. Okay, if you are done, then let's see. This is x1, y1, this is x2 and y2. Distance is equal to 7 minus 5 whole square plus 11 minus 7 whole square, okay, which is equal to under root 2 square plus 4 square. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. That is going to be 4 plus 16 under the root, that is equal to under root 20. That makes it 2 root 5. That is the distance between these 2 points. It is always better to give answer exact forms, okay, unless it is specified. Then third point is point C. So let's try for point C. How to find this distance? It's going to be under root 6 minus 4 square plus 8 minus 10 square. That is 2 square plus minus 2 square under root. That is equal to under root 8. So it's 2 root 2 is your final answer. Okay, so that's how we find distance between 2 points. I hope it's clear. That is simply distance between 2 points, x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 whole square. At the same point, we should also know, because in exam, in some questions, they are sometimes asking for finding, general points on x-axis and y-axis. So whenever we have a general point on x-axis, it is understood that this is going to be x and 0, because y coordinate would be uh, 0 for on x-axis, and a point lying on y-axis will have its x coordinate 0. Okay, and you can take a as x and 0 and y as b 0 and y, right? So that's an important information you should remember. Then after this, in this chapter, we will be discussing about areas of triangle. Okay, so it's a very basic 1/2 base into height, that is base and height. It could be a right angle triangle, acute angle, and obtuse angle triangles, okay, with the coordinates given. Done? Yes. Then after this, we have to find out slope or gradient of a line. So if I have 2 points, they are x1 and y1, x2 and y2, that are given on that they are on a line. Okay, we have 2 points. They are lying on the line A, B, x1, y1, and x2, y2. Then slope, that is represented by m, would be equal to, it's basically rise over run, or like in short, it is basically angle that this line makes with x-axis, tan of theta. But we have not done trigonometry right now. We'll be moving to trigonometry later on, and over there we'll be discuss about that. For now, we just need to find difference between y's over difference between x. So it is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. For example, so if we say we have 2 points, maybe find out slope of a line with points 2, 6, 5 and 10. 5 and 10. This is your x1 and y1, this is your x2 and y2. So your slope is going to be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So that is equal to 10 minus 6 divided by 5 minus 2. That's going to be, so 10 minus 6 is going to be 4 and 5 minus 2 is going to be 3. So that's how we find slope of a line if we have 2 points given. Done? Okay. Next heading is, okay, now related to gradient thing, what we have to mention is collinear points are the points that are lying on, one straight line. So how to investigate if points are collinear, or if points are collinear, then we'll be given an unknown to be found. For example, this is a straight line and we have 3 points that are lying on one straight line. Okay, so that is 3 6 is point A, and point B we have maybe 5 and 10, and C is, well, 8 and K. And it is given that point A, B, C are collinear. Point A, B, and C are collinear points. That means they are lying on one straight line. Okay. So if they are lying on one straight line, then there is a rule, especially using this concept of slope or gradient, that slope of AB must be equal to slope of B and C must be equal to slope of A and C. That means if this is a straight line and we claim that these points A, B, and C, they are lying on one straight line, sorry. So it's going to be slope of AB is equal to slope of BC is equal to slope of AC. Okay. So now in order to find this unknown, what we can do is we say, okay, slope of AB is equal to slope of BC, right? So slope of AB here is 10 minus 6 divided by 5 minus 3. That must be equal to, it's K minus 10 divided by 8 minus 5. So that's going to be 4 divided by 2 is equal to K minus 10 divided by 3. So 2 2s are 4, you cross multiply it, it's 6 is equal to K minus 10, you bring 10 here, it is 6 plus 10 is equal to K. So value of K is 16, right? So if 3 points are collinear, that means they are lying on one straight line. This is how we apply the concept of collinear points to find out any unknown in one of these 3 points. Okay. After this, we discuss about parallel and perpendicular lines because that is related to gradient. Okay. So our next heading is parallel and perpendicular lines. So parallel and perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. So parallel and perpendicular lines. So are parallel, if two lines are parallel, they will have same slope. Okay, that is the basic condition for this. Suppose this is line 1 and this is line 2. This line is having slope for m1, this is having slope m2. So for parallel lines, m1 is equal to m2. What do you mean by this? If this is, for example, this is the line which has slope 3 by 5, this line will also have slope as 3 by 5. Okay. And then if two lines are perpendicular, so we have two perpendicular lines. For example, what condition we can apply on it? This is your line L1, this is your line M2. So this is having slope M, this will be having slope minus 1 by M. So for perpendicular lines, if two lines be perpendicular, then product of the slopes m1 dot m2 is equal to minus 1, or we say that slope of one line is equal to negative of slope of second line. That means if we have a slope maybe 3 by 5 of line 1, then the slope of line 2 is going to be minus 5 divided by 3, right? So parallel lines will have same slope and perpendicular lines will have negative reciprocal. So in parallel lines, if these are lines parallel, they are having both are having slope 3 by 5, 3 by 5. So here lines are perpendicular. If first line is having slope 3 by 5, the second would have minus 5 by 3. You flip it, you change the sign. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Now, after parallel and perpendicular lines, you must after parallel and perpendicular lines, you must realize that slope of x-axis is 0, okay? Because you just need to remember that slope of x-axis itself is equal to 0, okay? Because there is no rise over run. And slope of y-axis is equal to 1 divided by 0. That is equal to infinity, okay? So y-axis has slope is infinity, x-axis is having slope m equals to 0. And one more thing, all lines from 0. So this line is having slope 0. Such lines which are in takeoff position or from 0 to 90 degrees, they are having positive slopes, and 0 to minus to 70 degrees, these lines will have negative slope. So we say m is less than 0. Okay. So here is an example of, distance. This is a question from 2016 paper 4. A line joins the point this and this. Calculate the length of this point. So this is your x1 and y1. This is your x2 and y2. So distance between 2 points is going to be 4 minus 2 whole square plus 13 minus 5 whole square. That is equal to 4 plus 2, that is equal to 6 square, plus 13 plus 5 is 18 square under the root, right? That is equal to 36 plus 324 under root. So that is equal to 360 under root, which we can write it as that's equal to 18.97. So 18.97 is the answer for this. And similarly, okay, after this is midpoint. So midpoint is a point that is lying exactly halfway between x and y. So this is x and this is y. This is point A. This is point B, right? So A is the point with x1 and y1. B is the point x2 and y2. So midpoint is a point that is lying exactly halfway between 2 points. So formula for midpoint is m. We add x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and similarly y1 plus y2 divided by 2, right? That is how we find midpoint of 2 points. For example, we have 2 points given, maybe 2, 6, and B is the point 8 and 12. So midpoint is going to be 2 plus 8 divided by 2 and 6 plus 12 divided by 2, right? And this is going to be 10 divided by 2 and 18 divided by 2, that's equal to 5 and 9. So 5 and 9 is the midpoint of A and B, right? In next part, sometimes what they do is they give one of the endpoints and coordinates of the midpoint, and they want us to find the coordinates of the other point. For example, if we have point A that is given as maybe 6 and 8, and they have given us midpoint that is 12 and 14, and they want us to find B which are having coordinates A and B, right? So now in previous question they had given us two endpoints A and B, and we were supposed to find out midpoint, right? In this case they have given midpoint, they have given one point and second point is missing. So what we do is you would say, okay, formula for midpoint is 12 and 14 are the midpoint, that is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2, that is equal to 6 plus a divided by 2 and 8 plus b divided by 2. Okay, now we are going to compare these 2 points. So x coordinate would be equal to x coordinate, which will be 12 is equal to 6 plus a divided by 2, and similarly 14, the y coordinate would be equal to 8 plus b divided by 2, which will be 12 twos are 24 is equal to 6 plus a. So this is 24 is equal to 6 plus a, 24 minus 6, this is going to be 18. And similarly 14 twos are 28 is equal to 8 plus b, 28 minus 8 is equal to b, that is equal to 20. So coordinates of b are 18 and 20. Okay, so these are coordinates of b. So point is, if they have given the midpoint and they are looking for coordinates of one endpoint, okay, one endpoint is given, one midpoint is given, that second endpoint is missing, then we have to find uh, the coordinates of second point. This is what we do. I hope it's clear. Okay, next is equation of straight line. Okay, next we discuss equation of straight line in it. Okay, so when you talk about equation of straight line, it's basically, suppose this is x-axis. So x-axis have equation y is equal to 0, right? All lines which are parallel to x-axis will have same slope. So this is, for example, if it passes through 1, if it passes through 2, if it is passing through 3, or it is passing through -2, or it is passing through -4. So this will be 0. It's 1, 2, and 3. This is -1, this is -2. So this is y is equal to 1, y equals to 2, y equals to 3. These are lines are parallel to x-axis, sorry, okay? So this is equation is y equals to -1. This is y equals to -2. Similarly, equation of y-axis itself is x is equal to 0. Now all lines which are parallel to, y-axis will be, now this was x equal to 0, y-axis itself. So if a line passing through 1 and parallel to y-axis, this is line x is equal to 1, this is x is equal to 2, this is x is equal to 3, and so on. If it is passing through -1, this is x equals to -1, x equals to -2, and so on. So all lines which are parallel to either x-axis or y-axis are dealt in this way. So for what you need to remember is, for x-axis it's y equal to 0, and for y-axis it's x is equal to 0. Okay, now next is what a line is tilted. So now for example, we have a line that is not parallel to either axis. Okay, so this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Now this is a y-intercept. Intercept is the point where line cuts y-axis. Okay, so this is C, and this will be having slope m. So equation of straight line is going to be, straight line is going to be y is equal to mx plus c, right? Y equals to mx plus c is equation of straight line where m is known as slope or gradient, and C is your y-intercept. Okay, C is your y-intercept. Y-intercept is the point where any line cuts y-axis. Okay, so y equals to mx plus c is known as point slope form. This was known as, sorry, this is known as slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. Okay, now let's find its equation. So we have two general cases. So case number one would be when slope is given and a point is given, and a point that is, let us assume 6 and 8 is given, right? Now we know that equation of straight line is y equals to mx plus c. Now slope is 2. We have y is equal to 2x plus c. Now in order to find value of c, we are going to substitute this point in this equation. So it's x and y is 8, x is 6 plus c. So 8 is equal to 12 plus c. 8 minus 12 is equal to c, that is equal to minus 4. So equation of straight line is y equals to 2x minus 4. So whenever you know slope and whenever you know a point that is lying on one straight line, you can easily, find out equation of this straight line, right? Case number 2. Now case number 2 would be, case number 2 would be when 2 points are given. When 2 points through which line is passing are given. So for example, now this is, a straight line that is passing through these 2 points, A and B, with coordinates maybe 2, 3, and 5, 8. So we know that equation of straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. We need slope and y-intercept, right? So in order to find slope, first we have 2 points, and we know that slope can be calculated as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So 5 minus 2, that is equal to 8 minus 3, 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. So y is equal to 5 by 3x plus c. Now it's totally up to you which point you want to use for finding value of this c. So let's use point A. So that is going to be 3 is equal to 5 by 3 into 2 plus c. 3 is equal to 10 by 3 plus c, and then we have 3 minus 10 by 3 is equal to c. We take LCM, that is equal to 3. 9 minus 10, so that is equal to minus 1 divided by 3, that is equal to value of c. So equation would be y equals to 5 by 3x minus 1 divided by 3. So this is your equation of straight line if 2 points are given. I hope it's clear. So case number 1 is when we have a slope given and a point given. This is how we find equation of straight line y equals to mx plus c. And case number 2, when we have 2 points given, so y equals to mx plus c, we need slope first. We're going to find slope first, and then we're going to put these 2 points in it. And y equals to mx plus c, c is unknown. Again, we're going to substitute values of x and y for finding c. After finding c, we have y equals to mx plus c. So this is required equation of straight line if we have 2 points given, and this was if we have only 1 point given. Okay. Now, in my next video, we'll be discussing some past paper questions from uh, past papers. And till now, Allah Hafiz. See you.